Alright, guys, I know it's late, but I figured I'd do a comic review. And this is another comic that was sent to me by my good friend Chris, aka the Mount Vernon Kid. Chris, thank you once again for these comics and others. And today we're going to be reviewing Black Panther Range Wars. This is the second volume of the John Ridley run, which is only like 15 issues. So I think the third volume is going to be collected soon, and that'll be it, and leave to the Ewing run. So, picking up where we left off, because it's been a while, it was a hot minute before I did this review. When I reviewed Volume 1, I basically talked about, like, the story is that that T'Challa is no longer the king of Wakanda, and it's now been discovered that T'Challa's secret police network has been discovered and agents are being found picked off. This also snowballs into T'Challa losing basically just getting his entire life deconstructed left and right, and it's his fault. It's very much like I talked about, like how T'Challa has been called out before throughout his life, but no one ever did anything about it. Yeah. So this comic is more stripping. It's more like deconstructing T'Challa more and more, and that's what we are. That's what we're kind of doing here. Is more deconstruction of the characters. So that's what we have here. I will say, and I think I talked about this before, but if I haven't, I will say it right now. Does anyone have fun with the idea of Wakanda being like this? Does it, like, here's the thing, I know at some point T'Challa will be king of Wakanda. This isn't the first time he's been deposed as king of Wakanda, and it won't be the last. I know this. You know this. I know this. And even though they're trying to say, no, T'Challa's totally not going to be king of Wakanda, he's just trying to save the country. Nah, I know. I've seen this before. And they really try here, but the thing is like, they clearly make all the other characters so incompetent. Like, there's no one really likable here. That's kind of the thing. Storm is really the only one, and that she's kind of justified in all of her anger towards T'Challa. Fulisade, who is the new prime minister of Wakanda, is completely useless. I don't know if that was the point, but that's her thing. Our main villain of this story, Akili, who is the head of a secret police force and just goes mad with power. Yeah. There is good in here, but I do feel like this is a weaker storyline, and this is something I've kind of had a problem with a lot of modern-day Black Panther books, is that they're all trying to paint Wakanda as, like, some fractured nation when it's supposed to be, like, the perfect utopia. That's the whole point of Wakanda, is that it doesn't deal with these whole ideals of the outside world. It's already moved past that. Like, that's the whole thing. And they're talking about Tosin, and his tribe of Wakandans who have vibranium in their body. And I'm like, I know that you're supposed to be new characters, but, like, why would Wakandans do that? Why would Wakandans hate mutants? It makes no sense to me. And, like, Black Panther also has this thing of suffering the same kind of fate. Guardians of the Galaxy has this too, where they really go above and beyond to try to retcon everything to make it feel like the movies. The only other, like I said, the only other one I feel like gets that shaft is Guardians of the Galaxy. But they really try to make this like really into the movie. Like, they all shout Wakanda forever. They make Suri a scientist more than a warrior princess, which, if you read the Jonathan Mayberry run in Black Panther, you know that she can be this cold-hearted killer. And fun fact, did you know the Dora Milaje didn't start as a King's Guard? They're actually they were actually started out, especially the Okoye and what's her name? The character Lupita Nyong'o played. Yeah, those characters, the Dora Milaje, were actually consorts taken from a very young age to be T'Challa's consorts and pseudo bodyguards. Yeah, that's a thing from the Marvel Knights run. And yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that like Christopher Priest, Reginald Hudlin's stuff on Black Panther, all of that is really good and shows that Wakanda is a nation that others try to be. So why is it, and I don't understand why every writer comes on here and tries to make it a political drama when the whole point of Wakanda is that it's moved past political drama. And yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, so this story ends that, and we get a two-part story involving two new antagonists for Black Panther, which I'm sure we will never see again, or at the very least, very minimal. The Colonialist and the Buffalo Soldier. This two-part arc is goddamn ridiculous. Some alien, other dimensional force called the Colonialist, who is pretending to be like a colonialist from the British era, and I clearly see what Ridley's trying to do. It's clever, and it does kind of feel like Doctor Who stuff, but then he brings in the Buffalo Soldier, and it's weird, and I'm like, why are you here? The Buffalo Soldier has a better chance of showing up. The Colonialist was, I feel like, a one-and-done villain. But yeah, all in all, the series is okay. I do want to see how this ends. I do want to get the third book just to see how this story ends, and how it sets up for Evie Wing's run for Black Panther. But yeah, so do I recommend this? Yeah, if you're a Black Panther purist, I'd say yeah. But yeah, it's just it just feels like this story doesn't feel like it has any weight to it anymore. At least for me, but who knows. Anyway, so once again, I'd like to thank Chris for sending me this comic, and if you've been reading, if you've read John Ridley's Black Panther, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.